What is your full title and how did you earn it?
I'm ogedei, Great Khan of the Mongol Empire, and I earned this simply being born to Genghis Khan, fought my battles, kept the empire running, and apparently I was the only brother who could drink all night and still show up to rule in the morning.
What do you consider your greatest strength as a leader?
My greatest strength as a leader is my ability to organize and unite. I can take a vast, diverse empire and turn it into a disciplined, loyal force, whether on the battlefield or in governance. I plan carefully, delegate wisely, and make sure the empire runs smoothly even when I'm far from the front lines.
What was your strategy when conquering this region?
We relied on speed, surprise, mobility with our cavalry. We also used intelligence networks to learn about enemy strengths and weaknesses.
What role did taxation play in your role?
Taxation was essential to maintain empire. I reformed taxes to make them equitable, preventing governors and tax collectors from abusing the people. These revenues supported the army administration and building projects.
How did you maintain loyalty among your governors and generals?
I rewarded loyalty with wealth, honors, and position of power. I also relied on the strong bonds of kinship and tradition of Mongol Kurultai, which is a council where major decisions were made collectively.
What impact did Mongol rule have on trade in the region?
The Mongol rule made trade across our lands faster, safer, and more reliable. By uniting such a huge empire and protecting the Silk Road, merchants could travel long distances without fear of bandits. We also built the Yam, a system of relay posts which let goods, messages, and people move quickly. Under the Mongol rule, trade between East and West flourished like never before.
How did you use tribute as taxes to strengthen your empire?
I used tribute and taxes to strengthen the empire by collecting wealth from conquering lands and loyal allies, then using it to support the army, build infrastructure like roads and relay stations, and fund trade. This kept the empire strong, organized, and able to expand further while rewarding those who served me well.
Was the Silk Road more secure under your rule?
Yes, under my rule, the Silk Road became much safer. We protected merchants from bandits, maintained relay stations, and enforced laws across the empire. This security encouraged trade, allowing goods, ideas, and technologies to move more freely between East and West.
How did you deal with many religions in your territory?
I allowed freedom of religion throughout the empire. We Mongols believe in tolerance, and I welcome Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and much more. This helped keep peace among diverse people.
Did you ever adopt or practice local cultural traditions?
Yes, I did indeed adopt and practice local cultural traditions as I respected the customs of conquered people. For example, in China, we adopted administrative practices that made governing more effective.
Did you ever feel influenced by the culture of people you ruled?
I did feel influenced by the culture of the people that I ruled as I learned much from Chinese, Persian, and other traditions. Their knowledge influenced how I built cities and managed the empire.
What do you consider your greatest accomplishment as a Mongol leader?
What I consider as the greatest accomplishment as a Mongol ruler is by completing my father's vision of expanding the empire. Under my rule, the Mongol Empire reached its greatest extent in Europe, pushing into Russia, Hungary, and Poland, while also strengthening our hold in Persia and northern China.
What lasting infrastructure or institutions were created during your rule?
I built the imperial capital of Karakorum, establishing it as the center of Mongol government and trade. I also supported the creation of roads and postal relay stations, which allowed for faster communication across our vast empire.
How did your leadership help expand the Mongol Empire's reputation globally?
My leadership showed the world that the Mongols were not only fierce warriors, but also skilled travelers from distant lands to see our empire's power and wealth.
How did Mongols' rule improve daily life for common people?
The Mongols improved daily life by keeping the empire safe and stable. We protected people from raids, maintained roads from travel and trade, and encouraged farming, herding, and crafts. For taxation and support for merchants and artisans also helped our community thrive.
What hardships did people suffer under your rule?
Life under my rule wasn't easy for everyone. Conquered peoples often faced heavy tributes, forced labor, and strict laws. Warfare could destroy villages, and those who resisted the Mongols risked death. Even under my stability, daily life could be harsh with cold winters, limited resources, and constant pressure to serve the empire.
How did how did you affect the population throughout war, taxation, or policy?
Through war, taxation, and policy, I greatly affected the population. Military campaigns caused destruction and loss of life in conquered areas. Taxes and tribute extracted resources but funded the empire and protected people from chaos. My policies promoted trade, law, and order, which helped some communities grow while others struggled under the demands of empire.
How did your region shape the history of your religion? How did your reign shape the history of your region after the Mongols left?
It shaped the history of my region after we left, as I established systems of administration and trade routes that lasted long after Mongol rule ended.
What global impacts did the Mongol Empire have thanks to your leadership?
A global impact that the Mongol rule have under my leadership was expanded trade, connected in distant regions, and allowing the exchange of goods, cultures, and ideas across Eurasia.
Thank you for your time.